Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna show you the ecosystem of going live, setting up and going live using software such as Restream Studio, as well as Canva.com to design your thumbnail. You will know just how easy it is to go live by yourself without a co-host, without an operator. You can go live starting today. Why not? So let's get started. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Faye and I created Feisworld Media with a mission to help content creators like yourself to live and celebrate your creative and financial freedom. In other words, how to make money without losing our minds and our souls. I'm also a podcaster since 2014, and during the pandemic in May 2020, I decided that I was gonna go live with every single guest. And since then, I've had tremendous success and my downloads for my podcast has tripled. Frankly, it also significantly reduced my production cost and time. Now, here are the 4 simple steps you will know to go live. If you're a podcaster, whether you wanna go live, like a monologue or a solo show, or you can use the exact same tools for your interview guests as well. So once I figure out who I'm going live with, who the guest is, what the topics are, here's what I will do. Step number 1, I will go to Canva.com. If you haven't used it, it's a great tool for non-designers. I would choose a very simple template and start designing. Because I've gone live so many times, I use the exact same thumbnail design, which saves me so much time. And I'm certainly not going to reinvent the wheel each and every time. So as you can see, all my live stream guests are right here. For me to create another one, I simply just duplicate the page. And from here, I will upload an image. For example, this gentleman right here, I'm able to change his name and I give it a new title, subtitle. This is completely up to you. I also have examples, as you can see down here. When people have their own podcast, I might throw together a podcast cover. When people are published authors, I might throw a book cover. Again, very flexible. You can have fun with it. One thing to note is that if you are doing this from scratch, all you have to do is create a design. As I mentioned, that my desired aspect ratio has always been 16:9, but you can also create, obviously, Instagram post size. So I'm going to use this as an example. Once you click on that, there are a number of templates for you to use. You can make it however you want. If you have a solo show, you may want to consider the ability to be able to throw an image here or there, right? But if you have an interview show, if you scroll down, or you can search in this template, if you do podcast, so I think this is a really fun one. Podcast covers are perfectly square. So that's something to consider. I actually think this is very playful. You may be wondering how to do this. You're able to actually upload your image like this, and you're able to go to effect and just remove background. And you have this. See how easy it is? And to arrange this element front and back, all you have to do is change position and say backward. You can bring it forward, you can bring backward. See how good it looks already? Crazy, right? So let's add another page and use the example from this template like this, right? If you have you and another guest, this is a great template. If you think the images are too small, you can increase them and move them around. Again, I'm a huge fan of Canva. It makes my job really easy, but just to keep in mind, especially if you're a solo creator, there's no reason for you to have to redesign this from scratch or have to use a new template each and every single time. Step number 2, I will set up everything in Restream. Restream has been my go-to live streaming tool since the very beginning. It is user-friendly for busy creative entrepreneurs like myself. I don't have a co-host, I don't have an operator. I want everything to be very streamlined. As you can see, when I come into my destinations inside Restream, you can already see all the destinations I have connected: YouTube, Periscope, which is Twitter, Facebook, and Restream allows me to not only stream to my personal profile, but also my Facebook page as well. Last but not least, LinkedIn. And right now they're showing offline because I'm not currently going live. One thing to note on LinkedIn is that in order to live stream, you do have to apply to LinkedIn Live. I have a separate video on that as well. Now, whenever you go live, you can easily turn these toggles on and off. So it's completely up to you whether you want to turn it all off or all on. If you want to add another channel, simply click on Add Channel. you have more than 30 channels to add to your list of live streaming destinations. And to update title, you don't have to change this one at a time. Simply click on update titles. Here you're able to update the title as well as the description. Because I'm not a gamer, I don't have it turned on. And just hit the orange button and you'll be able to basically set on all the new titles and descriptions across all your channels. Let's say after you do that and you want something different just for Twitter because Twitter's character count, maybe you want to tag a guest with a hashtag, maybe with the @sign, all you have to do is click on the gear button, click on update title and more. Right here, you're able to update just a tweet specific to Periscope. Same thing if it's YouTube, just click on update title and more. Here, you're updating the title and description specific to YouTube. With that said, let's go right into Enter Live Studio. I currently have the video turned off, but I can turn on here. I can also enable, disable my microphone too. And you can see that from here, you're able to edit your title again if you need to, and I'm able to change my orientations depending on the number of guests I have going live with me. On the right hand side, I have a variety of options. First is defaulted on graphics, so I'm able to change the theme as you can see down here, make it rounded. I don't have to design any of this outside of Restream. It's something I'm able to edit directly within. I can change it to my brand colors. I'm also able to upload a logo too. You can also try different overlays for fun. It's very playful. You can design your own and upload them here. You can also show video clips if you choose to. This is where your chat will show up. You can overlay chat once they come in. Because I am not going live, I'm unable to post to other channels at the moment, but once they show up, on the right hand side, this is where it will appear. For YouTube as well as for LinkedIn, there is one extra step if you prefer. For example, YouTube allows you to set up brand new events, which you can do so within YouTube. Then you're able to connect that right from Restream. Step number 3, which is optional, but I highly recommend it. If you're like me with a blog or with a website, why not broadcast your live stream and update the content on your website? I do exactly that. I create an event page. People who subscribe to my blog post will find out when I have an event scheduled, as well as my email list. I send them to a single destination, a URL for this particular live stream event, and they can learn everything about it right then and there. After I go live with my guest, my virtual assistant Rose knows exactly what to do. She goes into the platform and then change the thumbnail, which is only an image, into a video. So we use Squarespace for Feisworld.com, which I highly recommend. Also another incredibly easy tool as content management system. She will use what's called a video embed. Simply use the YouTube link, which is a live stream link, and paste it right into Squarespace. Voila! All of a sudden, whenever people come back to the event section, not only they're able to register, sign up, get notified for new events, they also have a way of watching all the previous events as well. If you have a VA or two like me, I recommend that you can tell your VAs to subscribe to your YouTube channel. If you're a content creator there, ask them to subscribe to the channel and then hit the bell button. This way, whenever you go live, as well as when you conclude your live stream, they will know when that is, just like Rose, who knows when I'm live, when I get done, and she knows to go back to feisworld.com to update the live stream content. Step number 4, is the going live part. Even though I know how to use OBS, more than that, I have tutorials teaching other people how to use OBS on Mac, on PC. With that said, because I'm mostly me when I'm creating content, I love the autonomy and the independence. As a result, I prefer using Restream Studio because I have full control to go live on my own. And Restream recently released the co-host functionality, which allows, if you have a co-host, to join you in the background as well. But Restream Studio is rather seamless. You just need a browser and you're able to look at chats, aggregate the information, you're able to play a short video, change the background. Everything is really slick and really modern. With full transparency, there are a couple of things I don't love about Restream, one of which is the mirroring effect. As I'm moving around inside Restream Studio, it doesn't give me the option to mirror myself. To me, that's not a huge deal. It is more of an annoyance. As a live streamer, as a communicator, you will know that I'm always looking into the camera. I am almost never ever looking at myself. Another area I would say I wish Restream could do is a light appearance touch-up. That's one feature I absolutely love about Zoom. That will help tremendously. One thing to note is I realized that when you're sitting inside the Restream Studio, your complexion looks a little bit more pixelated, even more reddish. Afterward, you watch the live stream itself, you actually look better. It has something to do with the transfer rate. So when you look at yourself on screen, that's not necessarily the highest resolution you're broadcasting at. So that concludes this video. I know I haven't had a chance really to talk about how to promote your video or the type of essential tools that I'm using to necessarily go live. Make sure you check out those videos when they come out. I'll be sure to update the info card. So if you're watching this video at a later time, I want to make sure you also have access to those videos as well. So much love to this community. Please know how much I value you. And for us to grow as content creators, I love your feedback, your comments below. And if you could share with one more person, friend, family, colleague, it would help us tremendously. So much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.